Am I the a-hole for being upset that my girlfriend didn't share her inheritance? I, 34 male, have been together with my girlfriend, Tara, 32 female, for 10 years. We moved in together 6 years ago. Tara is against marriage, so we never married. We rent an apartment and I pay 75% of the rent since I make about 25% more than Tara at my job. We also have a shared account for buying stuff and our own accounts for fun money. I was at dinner with her family for her mom's birthday and she bought her a fancy purse. Her sister made a comment about how expensive it was. I asked how she could afford that. It was more expensive than 5 months of rent, and she told me she saved money. Her sister laughed and said, "Yeah, right, that came straight out of the inheritance she got from grandpa." I was shocked, and this was the first time I heard about it. Later the night she told me about the money she got 7 years ago. It is enough to where if she wanted she wouldn't have to work again. Tara told me she dips into it when she goes on vacations and other fun stuff. This is where I got mad. When we go on vacation I pay 75% since she makes less, the rent I pay more. A few years ago she lost her job and I paid 100% of everything for months by working overtime. She had money and not once did she help out. Or at least make it so we were paying the same amount. Tara got mad and said it's not your money and left. I am now alone in the apartment and I called my sister. I told her the story and she told me that Tara is a jerk.
Not the a-hole. She lied to you for 7 years strictly because she could get away with it and she was reaping the benefits. To me, the lying is why she's the a-hole. It's not wrong to pay more if you make more, and she's also not obligated to share with you, but you have to be honest about finances with your partner. Am I the a-hole for not leaving when a girl my GF hates showed up? I went to an event with some friends. This girl, Carly, who my GF, Kenzie, hates showed up and apparently I was supposed to leave after she was there. The plan was for me and a group of friends to do something. Carly wasn't supposed to be there, but she heard from a mutual friend that I was gonna be there, so she invited herself with them. She wanted the chance to get to talk to me without Kenzie around. She says that Kenzie has probably told me a bunch of lies about her and that's why I avoid her, but that Kenzie has always been an overexaggerating and dramatic person. She says that she doesn't see a reason that the two of us can't be pals with each other except for me having a controlling and jealous girlfriend. Whatever, I was friendly to her and everyone else there and we all had a good time. My GF was upset at this. Apparently I was supposed to leave after Carly showed up. She was livid. She thinks that Carly only did that to get under her skin and she knew she could make her mad by hanging out with her BF all day. She says that she only acts nice around me, and that's she actually a backstabbing person, PG version. Now I am starting to think my GF may actually be a tad dramatic. I'm not allowed to hang out with friends and I need to leave because someone she dislikes is there? That just doesn't make sense to me. Am I the a-hole for not leaving like my GF said I should? I mean, to be fair, Carly made it pretty clear that she did in fact show up to get under your GF's skin by hanging out with her boyfriend all day. Then you proceeded to hang out with her all day. I'd say you and Carly are both a-holes. If I were you I would have left after Carly's little speech bashing your GF and then claiming to want to hang out with you. Why is she so desperate to be around you and why are you cool with someone trashing your GF? You are the a-hole. You are the hole Carly is trying to *CK you to hurt your GF and you're letting her hurt your GF. No normal person finds out an ex-friend's partner is at an event they weren't invited to then goes jut to badmouth their ex-friend. You are the a-hole. Carly is clearly trying to drive a wedge between you and your GF. She literally stalked you to, in her own words, talk to you when your GF wasn't around. She then proceeded to make you think this is Kenzie just being jealous, which is clearly not the case. Carly is the one that is out of line. There is no reason a female that isn't even your friend needs to talk to you without your GF around. She is clearly doing this to get under Kenzie's skin. Carly is an asshole and if you want to stay in your relationship you need to make it clear to her you have no interest in being her friend or even associating with her. If a situation like this arises again, keep walking away from her. If she follows you more than once, say very loudly for everyone to hear for her to stay away from you. Hopefully the embarrassment will make her stop. She doesn't respect boundaries and is just going to cause trouble. If you're not willing to make it clear to Carly you don't even want to be her friend, just break up with your girlfriend. Am I the a-hole not paying any more towards our daughter's wedding after she cut pieces off her mother's wedding dress for her own? My wife made her wedding dress with her mother. It's very sentimental to her and she was very proud of it. It was simple but freaking gorgeous. She has always said she would love for our kids to wear her dress at their wedding. We have 3 daughters, 34, 30, 25, and 1 son, 28. My wife made it known that the dress was not to be altered except to be taken in, let out so it could be kept and reworn. Our youngest daughter didn't wear it. Our daughter-in-law wore it for their reception and our son held it up against him for some pre-wedding bridal pictures so he wasn't left out. He totally rocked it. Oldest daughter wore it for her wedding. We've offered some financial contributions to all our children towards either school, a wedding, or a house down payment. Olivia has asked for help paying for her wedding. The wedding is in the beginning of August. A few months ago Olivia asked my wife if she could use the dress for her wedding and my wife gave her the dress so Olivia could get it fitted with plenty of time. Tuesday Olivia asked me to go with her to pay some vendors. One of the stops was the tailor shop for a final fitting and pay the seamstress. Olivia was really nervous and I figured it was just usual pre-wedding jitters and excitement. The dress Olivia came out in was not at all her mother's dress. It was a completely different dress with parts of her mother's gown added to it. She took the straps, the sash, the train, and the embroidered top skirt and had it added to this new dress. I was befuddled for a bit and then asked what the hell this was. Olivia's reasoning was that she was the last of our kids to get married and there wasn't anyone else to wear it and she made sure to instruct they keep the original dress to be returned to her. I told her that's not the same, she knows it, and the dress was never hers to do with what she wanted. I asked the seamstress for the rest of my wife's dress and had Olivia tell my wife in person what she had done. My wife was devastated. I have since cancelled the payments I made that day and told her I won't be paying another cent to her wedding. She and her fiancé can figure it out. Our youngest daughter thinks I've gone overboard knowing Olivia planned her wedding with our help in mind and without it, she can't finish paying for everything. Olivia's future in-laws also agree with that they can't afford to help and suggested I should pay, and then we just go low contact with Olivia. I've told them both that Olivia took something irreplaceable from her mother for her own vanity. I know we originally offered help with the wedding but I think Olivia's actions warrant canceling that offer. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. She tried the old ask forgiveness not permission for a reason. This is clear by her being really nervous to show you the dress. I'd imagine she also showed you first so you could try to soften the blow to your wife. This was premeditated which makes her an a-hole. Due to her not respecting you or your wife with her choice, I don't think you're in the wrong from pulling your support from the wedding. Tell her she already has your entire contribution in fabric. Obviously, not the a-hole, but the gall of the in-laws. They didn't butt in to be peacemakers for their soon-to-be daughter-in-law. I could appreciate that. No, they just wanted your money and openly admitted by suggesting low contact after. Olivia a hole, in-laws a hole, youngest probably just trying to help, you and your wife. Not the a-hole. Emotionally it isn't the same I know, but if you have all the pieces a good seamstress can probably reassemble it to look original. Not the a-hole. There were no uncertain terms about the usage of the dress. The fact is she never intended to respect those rules. Also just because someone plans for something assuming they're getting money, doesn't mean they should still get the money no matter what. Like, I could plan a vacation assuming I was getting money for working. But if I took a dump on my boss's desk, I'd definitely look dumb for saying, so am I still getting paid for the next month? I really need it for my trip. Am I the a-hole for telling my mum to fuck off and refusing to have my sister's kids at my wedding, despite my daughter being there? Title is long so apologies, throwaway and names change. I'm 28 female, due to marry my fiancé Dean, 30 male, in a month. We've been together for 11 years and have a girl Ella, 5. Important info, Ella has autism, high functioning. She's incredibly quiet, keeps to herself, very polite and acts more mature than some adults I know. Obviously we want her there, she just wants to go as a guest, that's fine. She is the only child under 16 allowed at our wedding. I was talking to Mum the other day about final plans when she asked me about childcare for Ella. I was confused as we've made it clear from the start Ella would be there, to which Mum said that, as Sis isn't allowed to bring her kids, we assumed Ella wouldn't be there either because of their autism. BS on Sis, female 34. She has twins, male and female 7. When they were 3, her ex caught her cheating, DNA test done, kids weren't his, he left, she's been a single mum since. Before he left, the kids were well behaved, had manners, knew right from wrong etc. Once he left she gave up parenting. When Ella got diagnosed a year ago, she came up with the notion that her kids are also autistic. They are not, she has taken them to multiple specialists, they have all said they don't have any mental disabilities. I know this because she moans that no one takes her seriously. She saw the same specialist that Ella saw and she told me that she's incompetent as she could diagnose my kid but not hers. Her kids act up a lot. E.g. no one invites them to birthdays as last time, they had tantrums as they couldn't open the birthday boy's presents and had to be stopped from smashing the cake in retaliation. If they aren't center of attention they scream at the top of their lungs. I had to ban them from my house because the last time they visited they destroyed Ella's favorite books because she said no to them playing with her toys. I do not want these kids at my wedding because I know they will act up, and Sis won't do anything because they're autistic, I can't discipline them, they don't understand. Luckily hers aren't the only kids under 16 so she can't claim I've singled them out. I explained to Mum, Ella was the only exemption from the rule as she's ours. She suggested that maybe it's best Ella stays home so my sister's kids won't feel left out. I politely told her no, and explained the other reasons for not wanting them there, but she kept insisting it was the right thing to do, or remove the rule for my sister's kids. After some back and forth I had enough and just snapped. I told her to fuck off. Just because my sister was her favorite didn't mean she had to have everything about her, her kids, and especially not at my wedding. Mum left upset at me. Now I have her and Sis up my ass about it. Mum saying to either leave Ella at home or let Sis bring her kids. Sis because I said the kids misbehave. Dean is on my side, and joked about just uninviting them both, which I'm seriously considering now. But am I the a-hole here?